Okay. Big up Jerry, bro. Interesting. I just had a conversation with Cav. Cav saying I didn't send him, you know what I mean? I didn't send him the link. I didn't certain things I didn't do right, Jerry. I don't know. But I knew he was at work, Jay. Am I echoing, by the way?
No, it might be me, you know. It might be me. But I can't hear the echo, but I know my AirPods are. Let me see if
I can hear the echo. It's winding me up already.
Can you hear
it's already
now?
Messing around. What about now? Echo. Nah, we're good. Might have been you still.
I can't ever hear the echo. I don't know what you man. Yeah, saying it's your
Can you
mic.
hear it now, guys? Is it now? Is it okay now? Is it fine? Guys, let me know.
They ain't gonna let you know, man. They're not respecting your thing and that.
Nah, they did. Don't do that.
They're not.
Don't do that. Hold on. Don't do that. Oh shit. Let me get. Big up Sav. Get Sav in the building.
So there's this whole thing. You see what happens, people in the chat, yeah? Couple man go gym for the first time. And
I was just about to say that. Man got the vest on.
Man got
crazy. That's crazy, bro. In December as well. November.
This is why.
Man put the 2 heaters on. You know, he put the heater on, but you got the conventional one as well, the electric one that just blows out mad heat.
This is why I can't take you, man.
Bro, the ones they got at like a construction site when they're painting a yard and they're like, we need it to dry quick.
That's
it's
crazy,
December, bro. We got the man.
Man, like vested ends and that, bro. That's crazy, bro. Vested in that, bro. You know, like that, bro. Man had one tricep extension, you know, one rope pull and that, bro. The vest came out again, bro.
Overhead and that.
Yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. You know he used resistant bands before he went live as well, bro. You know it, bro.
I can't take you guys sometimes, you know. Can I just live my life? Can I not just live my life? Wear what I want to wear.
You can wear whatever you want to wear, bro. I'm seeing shag bands on the wrist as well. Crazy, bro. 2010 thing. Say no more.
Hey, listen.
Did you man play shag bands? Obviously, I'm a bit younger in it, but did you man play shag bands in school and that?
Ain't that the one where like if you snap the band, you have to
do something. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Jerry. I
already told you, man.
Jerry, bro. But listen, bro. After grabs you, just allow it, bro. Just forget about it. It's not the place.
Well, what I'm saying is that like, a lot of people in the chat would them. You know shag bands, right? Cav would know about. Cav's my age, similar age to me. Shag bands were a thing.
Nah, the shag bands that ends is Ends was going uni when shag bands were about. I was like,
what's the guy you?
He was going uni when shag bands are about, bro. Because shag bands are they're before my time as well, bro. Like I was in primary school when senior school people were doing shag bands, and Ends was in uni and that. So.
But yeah, so look, Nick saying, 2000s high school shag band, yeah, man. You popped it and you knew what time it was. And,
yeah. Hey, do you know what, bro? These
I don't even know why man them are beefing me this early.
What colours you got? What colours you got? I know what black.
They're not.
Now let me see. Was that black? If you pop the black
card,
it means
pink,
like
yellow,
you got a hug.
purple, green.
Okay, so what's the green one mean? If you pop that, what happens?
Nothing, bro. That's not
green grabs in it. Green for grabs.
He's wearing it now. Do you know what I mean? Someone pop it.
Nah, I'll tell you the reason. Nah, they all got motivational things on them, so quotes. But I got them for my players, innit? So I gave each of them will just pick one, which one resonate with them, because a lot of them school stuff, whatever they're going through, something just to build their mentality, something that I looked at and researched into. And I remember like it's a little insider thing. My nephew, he has a psychologist, but his psychologist was Gerrard's because he's an academy player. So he was Gerrard's, and Gerrard used to wear one of the wristbands with a thing because he used to suffer a lot with all the pressure of Liverpool. So listening to what they were talking about, is like he used to wear it and he used to ping it every time. Like there was times in games that would just ping it if he's stressing out in the game, but no one noticed why he was doing it or noticed him doing it. That was the reason.
I had kick races about football bands, the Nike ones. That's the closest I got to that, bro.
Oh no, you're taking the piss.
Remember the black and white ones?
Yeah, the black and white ones.
landing doing this. The dog, someone walking their dog, you got the car driving past. The ref stood up a gaffer and that. He's wearing Timberlands and hiking boots. Crazy.
Start, man.
No, but big up, lads. How's everyone though? Before I go into the topics.
Well, I wanted to say that I've been training and that, but obviously you got your biceps out, so I'm gonna pretend that I didn't do anything. I didn't call you.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You've been training.
Yeah, man. Strength and conditioning and that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go later on today still.
Yeah, stayed under the hoodie, of course. But you know, some people using the front of the mirror as well, like that, innit? I know, bro.
Nah, I told you I had my hoodie on today. I was in there.
Of course you did, bro. Of course you did, man. There's people like you, bro.
I don't know, man. It got hot. You're trying to tell me you didn't get hot when you were working out. You didn't take it off.
Nah, because you remember the conversation I had with you, man, yesterday. And yeah, this morning it was long.
You know which waist man I don't like at the gym, bro? The gymnasium. The ones where they're in front of the dumbbells, bro. Move out of the way of the mirror, bro. Let me put my dumbbells back.
So if I'm not gonna lie, I'm not lifting. If I'm doing that shrugs, yeah, or like if I'm doing rows, bro,
oh my
and
God,
I'm
one of them,
kgs. I'm not carrying the 60
move,
kgs
bro.
all the way. I'm staying in front of them. I'm staying in front of the thing, rowing my thing.
Nah, move, bro, because I'm one of them duns that I'll just make you feel uncomfortable, innit? Like, I'll just stand
I don't care, but I won't feel uncomfortable at all.
Nah, move, bro.
I'll back into you, now what?
Nah, you're not.
Now what? Now what? Exactly, now what? Now what? Give me the hazard, now what? Now what? Who's more uncomfortable, bro? You think you can play that game with me? No. Try to make me feel uncomfortable.
Nah, real talk though, are you doing that when the gym's busy as well?
Bro, I'm in my section. I'm there. I'm doing my reps, and then I'm dropping it off, and I'm moving out the way. And
no, but okay, but you're 50 kg. That means there's no one else about to go.
Yeah, there's no one else near me. I'm not doing it with the fucking fives, bro. Yeah, of course, I'm not doing it with the fives.
Nah, you know what? I'm picturing Jerry struggling to the mirror with the 50s, the shake. I just had in mind.
Do you know what I mean? Like holding both 50s and that, walking all the way to the back of the gym. What are we talking about?
Now, all I'm saying is that the way mine's set out, there's the whole mirror wall. Then the biceps are like underneath the mirror, and then there's a gap in it, which is a little walkway, and then there's everyone's bench on it. So you're only taking 2-3 steps from the mirror to the bench. But some men are doing lateral raises.
No, that's calm. No, they're doing raises and that.
Yeah.
No, that's mad. You could do that anywhere, but I'm talking about specifically when I'm doing dumbbell rows and I've got 650s or 60s, bro. And I'm leaning. I want to do it leaning over, but I'm not. First of all, I don't want to take up a bench. Okay, it's mad. If I take up a bench doing that, I'm putting my knee on the bench and it all looks mad. I'd rather just lean on the side of the thing and just rip it out and drop it.
But you are messing with weights that most people ain't messing with in the
yeah, no, those are the dusty ones still. You look at them,
they're the ones that got cobwebs on them and that, bro.
No one's picking those up 50s like that. At least that. Oh, man. No, it's good, though. It's good that you, man, all good. Big up to the chat. Hope you guys are all blessed as well. Konate, we'll start with that one. Real Madrid said they don't want him still. So he's... I even go Konate. They said, listen, we're not interested in getting Konate. We're kind of calm still. I don't know if it's mind games or not. I'm only reporting what I'm hearing.
So what was right the whole time, then?
What's that?
I told you that Real Madrid weren't interested, bro. Oh. It's just early talk when Militao and that was out. But the thing is, I'm gonna defend Ibu on this. Ibu never said he wanted to go Real Madrid. He never said it. He never said anything. Everyone's clowning him. All he's done is play for Liverpool and then mugging me off with my contract and it. That's all he's done. I see the internet's tearing him up hard. They don't even want you, bro. It's not like he was doing the Kirkes thing where he's twerking for Real Madrid. All he's done for Liverpool is just play. He made a few mistakes, but his work rate's still been there and everything.
He done the Trent thing basically. He just said, I'm not going to speak about it. I'm going to do my thing.
Yeah.
Difference is though, you see like a Konate, he's that when Real Madrid's looking at him, he's got to be on it. Real Madrid, you know what they're getting with Trent. Yeah, it doesn't matter what he done.
Yeah.
If you people aren't watching Madrid, I don't know if you guys saw the game. The passes he was spraying.
That was Trent's best game from Madrid. Though.
Bro, no, he done that, and you know, all of a sudden the Real Madrid are like, oh, that's what we've got. Like, all they needed is that game. Man was spraying 70-yard passes to Vinicius, like 1v1 into the keeper. Man was doing left foot first time, half volley crosses, back post. Like it was. That's what you get with Konate. it's different as a centre back. So they're going to be watching you see when you make mistake after mistake, even if they were interested, they'll just call it. They'll just call it because it'll just be like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We need someone that's a bit more calm.
It's a really good thing, bro.
Yeah,
it's a really good thing. You have to look at the age of the I know, man, because every week there's someone's injured. The Howson's obviously new, but Militao's injured all the time. Alaba was born injured. Like he was born injured, bro. Like this geezer might not even. So they're always looking at man, and Rudiger's obviously getting older, innit? Like I think he's this. How old is Rudiger? Like 32.
Yeah,
been about, innit? Yeah, he's been about, bro, and he's actually it's the similar arc to Konate, bro. I know people troll Konate now, but everyone's like, I don't know about everyone's memory in that when Rudiger was out here making mistakes constantly, bro, and being erratic. Yeah, it was only the last 2 seasons at Chelsea when man were rating him like that, and then him and the goalkeeper as well, remember Mendy. He came in, won the AFCON, won the Champions League with Chelsea and that. So he's always been that kind of player, man. They won't mind it in Europe too much in it because it's so physical. They just need a calmer player. I think Jerry mentioned yesterday when you always have like a calmer player next to the one who's always on the front foot. And Konate's always been the front foot one. That apart from when it was him and Upamecano, which is like why he worked in the Bundesliga for a bit, but in the Champions League and he got a bit hecky because they were both like that.
So the thing is, it worked because when you're playing a high line and everyone's expansive and that, you can, do you know what I mean? But when you're now just, do you know what I mean, it's a couple times and that, it's just...
Why do you think they've changed, though? Well, I say they've changed, innit? He never said he wanted to go, and he kept telling everyone that it's lies, innit? He recently come out saying that, look, there's they're working on a deal, and he will let everyone know his future soon. So maybe the next contract Liverpool offer him is the one that he accepts and signs. But it's crazy that, Einstein is the one who broke the news, and I think I've seen other journals and copied it, just basically telling us that they're not interested in him, and they've directly told Liverpool. So the relationship between Liverpool and Real Madrid must be kind of calm, to be fair. I know there's players that's left, and a lot of the fan base don't really rate them like that because they feel like all of the players go there or whatever it may be, or always trying to tap up players, etc., etc. But it just feels like Konate said he wasn't going to go. He didn't say he was interested in leaving. Obviously, he probably listened to offers, but probably Liverpool was the one where he wanted to stay this whole time. But now he's staying. Stav, you said you've seen online that the fans are getting onto him about him staying.
Only because I only saw the thing this morning, and then I just went to the comment section because I wanted, and I was like, oh, everyone's trolling him now and that, and I'm just like, one, is still your player, and he actually hasn't done anything to you. Like, I understand it's frustrating watching someone make mistakes and that, but people treat Konate like he's gone out of his way to fuck shit up for Liverpool. When he clearly hasn't, bro. He's tried, done it, and he might have ruined himself last season because if you remember, the first half of last season he was really good. He had an injury, and then he came back. But do you remember he had that quote when he was like, "I'll rush myself back if I have to." Like, you remember he was making, and he did, and he was shaky in it. And obviously at the time, Slot had he stopped trusting Kwanzaa, so he weren't using him either. He obviously doesn't use Gomez, so then he was forced to do what he's doing. And then it's funny, everyone was defending Konate last season, and they was blaming everything on Trent. He has to babysit Trent, channel defending. Trent goes, the man them turn on Konate straight away just because he hasn't signed a contract yet. Do you know how many people that are going to need to sign a contract for Liverpool? Right? Alisson's going to have to sign a new contract soon as well. Everyone's got to sign new contracts. So they just wouldn't let him be, bro. And all he said was the first time he told everyone, don't listen to the journalists. He told us that when the Real Madrid thing first happened. So now people are clowning him. He's just like, yo, this is the same shit. I done told you, Slot. I done told you. I always thought that he looked like he'd end up going to like PSG or someone, if whatever. Yeah, I mean, he gets to go back home and that. But it's the World Cup season, bro. You think he's trying to scatter around with different clubs? He wants to be in that first team. So
he wants to be settled playing his football first team for the World Cup.
I think with Ibu as well. I think it's, the unfortunate thing is because of what's happened now with obviously Trent and the players leaving, the fans in general look at it and view it as, oh, if you don't go and speak out on what's going on with the contract, you're an enemy of the club almost. Do you know what I mean? I like that term, to be fair. But an enemy, you're not doing this. You're not telling us where you stand. You're doing this. Your head's in Madrid. Like all the big platforms are all saying that his head's in Madrid.
It's crazy.
All of them. Why? Because the same thing that Trent did when, ironically, even if his head was in Madrid, I mean, he's still performing. And when you look at it, Trent still performed. You still won the league. Obviously, the whole team's not performing as a whole. But no one's saying this about Kirkes. No one's saying this about Wirtz. No one's saying this about whoever else. Why? Because they're new and they've just come into the team.
Yeah.
But we're not privy to what. Imagine Wirtz is sitting there thinking, "Yeah, I'm trying to cut, man. This team's dead." But imagine he is. That's someone that I'd understand. No, you wouldn't be surprised, right? But that's someone where the fans could look at it and be like, "No, what do you mean? You just come in and you." But you don't know. Ibu, all he's done, he's going and working. He's going out of his way to make posts on social media to go and say about this and that. Whether he goes on or whether he decides to, I don't know. But all I know is currently he's trying his best in it, but his best just not good enough. And no one's best is good enough at this moment.
No one. And he fits the we know, but he fits the mold as well. And you know what I'm talking about, bro. Nah, he does, bro. Does like, I'm not saying that everyone don't get spoken about. I'm saying when you look a certain way and that, you get me. Man, start using words like donkey and that. I know, bloods. I know.
Like my man. What's my man? The ball guy. Anfield. What? The
Egg-a-Jew.
Yeah, the Egg-a-Jew. That one was like the Irish one. And he was like,
yeah, man.
You.
Yeah, man. Trust me, bro. It's been about, bro. You get me? There's only certain type of man that get called donkeys in football, bro. And
do you think if Trent looked a bit different, he'd been treated the same?
I don't know.
So definitely, the silence was definitely like that.
Big up, guys. Big up. Hope everyone was well. Do you know what I don't understand? Is why Madrid have even come out and said that? Like, what do they gain from telling another club they're not interested in their player that they potentially could sign on a pre-agreement in January anyway? Like, what do they have to gain from that other than a little bit of respect from Liverpool for, making us aware of where they stand? Because you just say nothing, right? Because even if they want the player, they now have the option to change their mind if they say nothing. But equally, if they're looking at other centre backs, by saying nothing, it strengthens their arm in the negotiations with them other players. So I don't understand why they would come out and just be like, completely rule out that they're not interested in him. It just seems a little bit like it's...
Do you think it's to control the narrative, Kev, in terms of he was already going to sign for Liverpool, and then it's more, but we weren't interested in you anyway?
Yep. It could be a little bit of them sort of kicking back, saying, look, don't use our name to help you out in your situation with your contract kind of thing. Because we get used, don't we? Liverpool get used all the time for that. You being linked to players, and then lo and behold, they sign a new contract with better terms. So Real Madrid are probably just kicking back and going, no. You don't do that with us kind of thing. But it doesn't mean like he's not still going to leave. I'm not quite sure. I don't watch a lot of PSG. You guys probably know more about them than me and their centre back options, but that's always felt like a viable solution for him as well, going there.
Yes, the
age profile on him, though, isn't it? Yeah, it depends. Because I don't know even does Marquinhos age?
I don't know, bro. This year's been bro. He's been early 30s.
He's been 22, bro. He's been. He feels like he's 22, bro. I still feel like
man. He's got better with age, though, isn't it, Marquinhos, bro?
So I'm a proper leader.
Yeah,
but I just thought, it was kind of weird for me as well. I was just like, why would they say anything? But as I said, it could be two things. Them just going, look, listen, don't use our name. And number two is like, he was originally going to sign for Liverpool anyway, and he was just, they're like, listen, we don't care. Because you have to control that. When you're the biggest, one of the biggest, whatever you want to call them, they're always going to want to have the upper hand in anything, whether that's negotiation with players, whether that's the way that people are, away from Spain probably views them in the world of football. So when there's a profile of a player that potentially is going to leave, like the Trent situation, they're like, we don't want it to seem like he rejected us to stay at Liverpool. So let's just clear this up right now and just say, we're not even interested in you anyway, mate. I mean, maybe that's what it is, but I don't know.
Remember, people forget that the Konate thing started with when Ancelotti was there, not with Alonso. It's a different manager. So, you know what I mean? Ancelotti would have just got what he wanted, innit? Like, that's what I want.
Give me that guy.
Alonso plays a little bit different anyway, man. So, I don't know. It's still viable. And sometimes it can go the opposite way, because if this happens now and then, he's already been turning down contracts from Liverpool if he's not happy with them. So Liverpool still might be like, we're not giving you another contract. So Ibu still could be going somewhere, just not Real Madrid. I mean, at the end of the day, if he leaves Liverpool, does anyone care where he actually goes? Why would you care? It doesn't make a difference to us.
Yeah, he's leaving, isn't he? So
do we think maybe this might be a ploy? I'm just thinking it might be a ploy from Madrid to kind of come out and say that, to go and create a problem where Ibu's like, damn, Madrid were in for me. I'm stalling on whatever is going on. You know what? Yeah, get my agents on the phone and can they go and negotiate something? Because again, they've just said that, but they could change on a dime.
Yeah, true.
They could just change on a dime. They could just tomorrow come out and be like, yeah, we agreed to deal for Konate. Like, they've just gone and said to a journalist, yeah, we were in for him, but we're not going to go for him anymore. Why not?
Yeah.
If you were in for him, it means that for such a long period of time, it means that technically you have interest in the player. Whether you go ahead with the interest or not, not sure yet. But if it comes out and it was like, yeah, I'm actually going to go, and he pushes for a move and he comes out and says, no, I don't want anything with, I don't want to sign with Liverpool. And let's say he's trying to play both sides. That's Madrid kind of saying, no, that's our stall. That's what it is. All right, we don't want you then. Remember, we've done the same thing with Isak. Liverpool won't return for Isak. That's it. We ended up getting Isak.
Yeah.
So if Madrid try to do the same thing, maybe he is still going to go to Madrid. But all they're doing now is unsettling this situation even more. Konate is being benched. He's not making a decision on whether he wants to come to Madrid or not. Madrid are trying to plan in advance. What? Now you're being taken off after 50 minutes.
It does look funny though. The 1 week where we seen him get subbed off twice and he's doing a little smirk and that, bro. Then all of a sudden, all this talk. Because I think Liverpool were going down the route of, we'll sell you in January, bro. Because there's nothing left for us in the season in the Prem. We don't need you for it, and we're dying in the Champions League anyway. So usually it's like, no, we need him. With Trent, there was, we might need him to the end of the season, you know. This time they're like, yeah, we're not gonna not get money for people. And Real Madrid are like, well, we're not paying money for people. That's not what we do anymore. That's not how it was. The Trent thing like 10 mil or something in the end.
Yeah, just so you can go to the club.
That's not the Madrid way. Is not like that anymore, bro. Even though they can spend money, they're not on. We're not paying any money for you, bro. We'll just wait for you to run down your contract, bro. And then we'll snap you up for free and that look cool. So who knows, man? But
I know he's not played well this season, but and he's had his injuries in the past. But just sympathising with him a little bit. Obviously, he's not in form. He's not been good this season. A couple of mistakes that have been highlighted, particularly this week. But he's equally at a club that has no defensive-minded midfielder ahead of him. He has a right back that's constantly changing, and more often than not, the season isn't even a right back that's playing in that position. And then he's got Virgil, who is sort of escaping criticism a little bit because he's not been great this season. And he's had a goalkeeper behind him that's changing. And when you think about that's the way it's gone, but the plan going into the season was actually for him and Virgil to stay fit and play almost every single game in the season. Because the other two options were Gomez, who clearly he doesn't fancy, and Leone, who's a young player, who's younger than Kwanzaa, who we had last season, who played some minutes. So suddenly Konate's thinking, hold on a minute, I know I'm not playing well, and that's on me. But equally, I'm being hung out to dry a little bit here.
Yes.
You know, I have to be perfect every single game to even survive not being criticised this season. And I think that's kind of got on top of him a little bit. So yeah, contract stuff and his future stuff is one thing that's maybe playing on his mind. But even if he had 2-3 years left on his deal, I still think he'd have things on his mind this season, thinking, what the hell am I in at the minute?
No, you're right, bro. When does Konate look bad? When he's been able to just do his job as a centre back, Konate never looks bad. Just like Virgil. Virgil doesn't look bad. If they just do their job as centre backs and they ain't got all this bullshit inverted in front of them, they're fine always. Yeah, you're right, man. Like this geezer's got 5 different right backs next to him, and 2 of them are midfielders most of the time. So
I just think that when we get to January, we do need to address bringing in another defender to help with the minutes and stuff, and also if Konate's still not in form, to replace him for a period of time. And then we also want to bring in a more defensive-minded midfielder as well. Let's say we address them 2 things. I would still rather have Konate here, if I'm being honest with you. I don't want to be. I know fans are upset with him at the minute, and I know he's out of form, and I know he has been a bit in and out of form since he's been at Liverpool and stuff. But I personally believe that he's a good defender, and I think that if you solve some of the problems around him, that I'd still like to keep hold of him.
I'm with you, bro. I'm letting Konate go anywhere, bro. So I'm with you, bro.
Same here, brother.
And I just feel like conversation's gone really one side, where it's like a bit like how we were when last season, when Salah, Virgil, and Trent's contracts were up in the air. we got to a point where we're like, we're fed up with this, just get rid of them, we'll move on. But that's not smart to be like that. It's you know, you have to put your emotions in check a little bit, look at the true picture of what's going on, and then make a decision from there. And for me personally, I think Konate is a good defender, out of form, but not being helped by what's going on around him either. And he probably isn't signing this contract, right? Just like we said last season with the other three, because he's still probably thinking, I'm not sure what the future of Liverpool looks like under this manager, or whether this manager is even going to be here. You remember last season when we were talking about Trent, Virgil, and Salah, when we were saying, why would they sign when Slot's only just come in? Go a year later, Konate is probably thinking, why would I sign when yes, he was good last year, but this year I'm now reassessing, is he actually good? Just like all his fans are. So I wouldn't sign a contract if I was him at the minute, because I'd be pretty worried about the future of Liverpool. Yes, we've got good players, but what direction are we headed in? So for me, if I was Liverpool, I'd be working to try and keep hold of him whilst solving the problems around him as well. But I don't think it'll happen. I do think that he'll end up going, to be honest with you.
Start, man. It's World Cup season, bro. You know what I mean? Man are looking for them contracts and that. I'm putting it in there, bro, because like, he's one of them people that we're never going to be 100% sure, and I'm not speaking with injuries. He's going to be better if Liverpool let him go, he's going to turn up better somewhere else, bro. It's not going to be one of them when it's like, oh, he's a failure, left Liverpool and he got worse. Nah, bro. No. He's too young of a defender. He's still younger for a defender, bro.
Well, put it this way, Sav. If you put him in alongside Saliba in that Arsenal side, he'll do absolutely fine.
Yeah, because he'll just be focused on defending. Listen, big up to everyone in the chat, by the way. You talk about, fixing those solutions or finding those solutions, Cav. Mark GUEHI or Mark Gaze is one of those solutions. But Einstein, broke the news saying he can't speak with the English clubs in terms of signing a deal. It's only the European clubs, I think, or certain clubs he's able to speak to sign on a free. Do you think Liverpool just go outright and buy him and don't waste time and wait for the summer?
Buy him. It's going to cost 20 mil. It's going to be cheap. Buy him.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah,
they have to. The way the season's gone. The way the season's gone, it's the solution staring you in the face. It's like you just have to go out there and do that. Don't mess around. They're businessmen. They're going to want to get the best deal, but if you risk it and you don't get this guy in and you ain't got another viable option, you're really looking at Liverpool at risk of getting into the Champions League and then the financial implications of all of that. So I think this is one where you just go, we could, if we stayed strong and held on for a few weeks, we may be able to get him for a bit less, but it ain't worth the risk. Don't take the risk. Sign him straight away.
Although
tapping him up now.
Crystal Palace are fifth in the table.
Do you know what it is though, Sam? I know he's probably thinking long term, he expects Liverpool to be above Crystal Palace. In the short term right now, we are dreadful. So yes, his decision might be, let's just stay until the summer and see how it goes, and then we'll reassess then and see what clubs come in for me. But obviously long term, I would hope, and I say this and I mean it, that we should be above Crystal Palace.
Ain't it mad though that all the signings we made, and you can say bar Isak, but I'm sure Isak when he left Newcastle thought he's going to be leaps ahead of Newcastle. Liverpool's like 2 places ahead of Newcastle on the table. Bournemouth are above us and Kirkers is gone. Palace are above us, and you're talking about GUEHI, bro. That's he could have stayed in the Bundesliga and been like by the top of the table still, bro.
They've all come to our club to fight mid-table football, bro. I hear it.
Bro.
I hear it. I hear it. But I'm sure all of them came in with the idea of, oh yeah, I'm here to challenge for the big honors, the Premier League and the Champions League, and then whatever domestics is there, we can go and win. But I don't know what happened between that period of time, like what we sold the players for the reason for them to come and how we plan to play them to like now where we're at, where everyone's confused in terms of what to do. And obviously signing, I'm with you guys, just sign him in January. Don't play around. 1st of January. Don't even wait for guys to even speak to him. You know that contract we was going to give you? Here's an extra 10 grand on top of that, and we'll spend, we'll buy you for 25 million. Come in now because we need you right now. And that's it. That's it. Palace still make their money. He still keep the training kit we probably gave him anyway, because I'm sure there's photos of him in the training kit. And I'm sure they didn't just, you had to get changed and then, he took it off and gave it back to us. I'm sure he kept that training.
Even a goodbye video, bro, he already made. Just run that back.
He made a goodbye video as well. So, yeah, just run it. Just run it. And then you have to do, obviously, a new interview and stuff like that. Now, instead of doing it in London, now it would be at the AXA. So, and then they'll probably ask him about the failed move and stuff like that. About 6 months later, this is where we're at. But this all hinges on who the manager could possibly be going forward. Sav, Cav, and obviously Jerry. I know you guys said you could give yourself a couple of minutes, but Sav, bro, they're saying he's gonna get about 3 games.
3 games too much, bro.
3 games, bro, and the 3 games are gonna be West Ham, and they're not talking about not Champions League, they're talking about Premier League, and they're looking for 7 points. I don't know where they got the information from, Sky Sports, but they're saying, 7 points is where what he needs to get to save his job right now.
Nah, bro. 7 points tells me that this club's not serious, bro. It tells me it's not serious because this is already 3 games too many. But if you tell him he's got to save his career at Liverpool for the next 3 games, then it should be 9 points, obviously. Do you mean, bro? Man can't be drawing games after you've already lost how many? What we do? What, bro? Draw's not beneficial to us at all. So, yeah, like I don't know where he's got this information. I feel that information is probably a bit fraudulent, but it's very easy to make up what we all think it's going to be. So I don't believe in information, but I think we can all guess that, you can't be going in and getting smoked up by these 3 teams in the next one, especially when 2 of them just got promoted and one was having a terrible season up until a couple of weeks ago. So whatever, man. Like, it doesn't, I'm just hearing it because at this point, it doesn't matter what he does. I don't want him hearing it. So.
Yeah, because the 3 games, and I think you're right, it's a guessing game. Well, it's not even a guessing game. You can kind of predict. You look at the 3 games, and you're like, if it was, say, I don't know, say you threw Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea in there, I don't think that conversation even happens. They don't even post this. But the games are West Ham, Sunderland, and Leeds. The expectation is to get maximum points, and then they're saying at least if you get a draw, you get a draw, but you need to win at least 2 of these games, minimum. And you can't lose the next one. You have to somehow eke out a draw. So, yeah, it is a guess. I think they're just guessing and assuming with the games they're looking ahead at. But it's too much, man. Like, I get it, man. And I was, who was it? TalkSport. And there was still some Liverpool fans calling in and saying, yeah, we should give him time. I'm like, at this point, guys, I don't know what you guys want now. I don't know what you guys want with the club going forward. And when you ask the question about, okay, if you want him to stay here, what do you see the benefit of him staying here? And also, where do you see the future of Liverpool and how we plan to play going forward? Or does this require more money, as JJ put months back when he asked the question, if it doesn't work, are we willing to spend more money? Well, 400 million we've already spent, and we need to spend more money to make the squad better. How about we do our job as a coach and make the players that we have play better? How about we find a system that suits all the players or majority of the players and get the best out of them? How about holding everyone to the similar standards in terms of what you require them to do on the football pitch, off the football pitch, instead of having favorites? How about we do that? And if we do that, do you know what, Sav? I'm going to be honest. If we did that, and if he was doing that, I probably wouldn't have a problem with him, because then I can see that he's trying in the play. Then my attention would be like, oh, so you guys are doing the dumb shit. But at the moment, I know they're all partly to blame, the manager and the players, but it's mainly him, because I've seen him find solutions and then go back on the solutions and change it. I've seen him put players in and they do well, and then he goes, now I'm going to take them out. And I was listening to JJ yesterday in one of the conversations he was having, and he's saying about Klopp. Klopp would have trusted a Trey. If McAllister wasn't playing well, Trey would have come in. He would have put the arm around him at the heart, like he's standing there about to substitute him or start him, whatever it may be, arm around him and saying, yeah, go out there, show what you're about, be confident, be brave, do all of that stuff, the man management side. The same time when I said in the Premier League game, when he was like, oh, well, if both right backs are injured, instead of taking out, instead of taking Sobber out the midfield, start Ramsey, arm around him. That's what we would have got from managers that have that man management skill. Arm around him. Yes, be brave today. Go out there, show what you're about. And then talk to the senior players. Protect him out there today. But also go out there and express yourself. Show the reason why I've started you. Wait, we're scared to use
Yeah, we were struggling. We were struggling, and Klopp threw Bajcetic in the team, bro, and he helped. So I'm not trying to hear from this guy, bro, at all, man.
Remember, Angie, listen to my thing in it yesterday. That's exactly what I went and said. Exactly what I said. When shit hits the fan, and this is what Klopp had about him. It was like, you know what, you're struggling. That's cool. It doesn't. You'll go and speak to Fabinho. Say it doesn't take away from what you've done, but you're struggling right now. And what he'd do, he'd go and give a player like that the opportunity to be like, go on, turn up and play. I know he done it. It took ages for him, but he done the same thing with Williams and Nat Phillips. It's your time to shine now, and you get the best out of those players that you go and have. And ultimately, Slot wasn't in that position. But when it's look, the tactics, I always break it down like this. The tactics were the early stuff. We're speaking about the tactics from last year, from the summer. I always think of the hero. Do you know what I mean? The Samsung worker FC. Do you know what I mean? And the Savage was like, look how we're getting popped. Look, I can't. And he was watching it ahead of me, and I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And we're like, there's a structural issue there.
Yeah,
cool. We don't want to address it. By the time before Brentford and stuff, I wasn't even talking about tactics at that point. I was like, you know what? Forget. He's not going to change the tactics. That's clear. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the players then. You've got to play the best players that inform the players that deserve to go and play. He doesn't change the players. So unfortunately, he just didn't have the bottle. And the biggest example of that was the Frankfurt game. He changed the players for whatever reason, whether it was injuries, not injuries. He plays Jones, that comes in for Gravenberch. Salah's not on the pitch. Wirtz plays on the right-hand side. I believe we played 2 up top.
Yeah, we did.
And, Frimpong comes in because Bradley was playing before that. And all of a sudden, we win the game 5-1. And it's probably our most convincing win of the season. Most convincing when you looked at it, we're like, rah, Liverpool. Even some of the patterns, you're like, oh, okay. And then for the next game against Brentford, you revert back to type. By then, it was over. By then, we all knew that, this is it. He hasn't got the bottle to drop Salah, because I get it. You drop Salah and it doesn't work. You are finished. You drop Salah, it becomes a story. And
he's an idiot, bro. He's an idiot because you're going to lose your job. And he's gonna sit there in a few months regretting what should have maybe tried it without Salah, isn't it?
100%.
Exactly what I was just about to say.
It's probably going to be the same outcome or better.
And the thing is, he'll look back on it. He'll look back on it and be like, you know what? And he's an intelligent guy. He'll look back on it and be like, you know what? I should have dropped Salah. But the reason why, not that I don't blame him, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is just the way the football at that level is you heard Steven Gerrard in the gantry, do you know what I mean, talking after the game. The host is asking him, oh, so what, would you drop Salah? Would you drop Salah? And he's like, how can you drop Salah? How can you drop him? Every manager will go and play him. And it's like, I get it. You're thinking of like, how can I drop Salah? If I drop Salah, it doesn't work, I'm finito, I'm done.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like I'm not even just trying to diss on that. You see Scouts Liverpool fans and that, they're not undropping Salah, bro. I don't know what it is. Gerrard's speaking like a fan there, bro. I'm even listening to them now, and they go to say something like, obviously, I'm not saying anything bad about Salah. He's won us everything. I'm like, why you not still saying that? It doesn't take away what he's won. It doesn't like you could, the same outcome. It's gonna be the same outcome, bro. You was happy you took Gakpo out the team. You started Ekitike over there. You started Wirtz over there. You've changed it. You just don't want to play real. All the players that everyone admires in the Prem, the younger players, the only reason why you admire them is because they've had the platform to watch. So now everyone's talking about Esteban. Yeah, because Maresca's like playing. I was playing, and it's cooking. All these little footballers, Lewis Hall and Livramento and all these these are all youths, bro. Lewis Skelly's cold. Yo, Arteta threw him in the squad. Get in the squad, bro. We're trying to go for the league last season too. Get in the squad. Now he's in the England squad. Wanyeri. But for some reason with him, this guy, and then he tries to drop little in the press conference yesterday. They kind of mentioned it to him, and he said, "Well, I changed stuff, and we lost, and then I kept it the same, and we lost." I'm like, so you're basically trying to say you can't win, but you didn't really change it though. He was basically alluding to the Crystal Palace game, but that was a League Cup game, bro. As we know, it's completely different. Dropping someone in the League Cup, you're changing the team. You're not giving them a chance. You putting Rio amongst other youngsters is not the same as putting him amongst Virgil and all that. With an assured back line, it's completely different. It's the same thing what happened in Plymouth. And then everyone's going to go, oh, you've seen what's happened this season. What's everyone doing now about the left wing? I was told, first of all, what do you mean you was told, bro? We're all football fans. No one told you, bro. I was told that Rio is going to be our left winger. And now look, yeah, but you're saying it like Real's done something wrong. He hasn't even had a chance. At least if he had a chance and he stunk up the place, everyone would have chat. He hasn't had a chance, bro. He hasn't had a chance. Why going for Trey? He doesn't play? He doesn't, bro. At least Real's touching the pitch sometimes, every now and again. Trey doesn't play. So what, you just taking up a space on the bench for no reason? Yeah, bro. This geezer's gonna live and die by his rules and his tactics and his philosophy, and that's fine, bro. That's fine. I'm all happy for people to do that. But we're fans on the other side supporting that team and watching you just stink up the place and being like overly arrogant about something. It's not funny, bro. Like, it's fucked.
Thing is, as well, you know, when I think what Slot is finding now is that there's this version of Liverpool that's always been there. This ability for the players to go through a period of time where they just look like they're not trying, or they don't know what the manager's asking them to do, or the tempo's dead slow and it's predictable. This has happened under Klopp as well. But the thing is, Klopp did suffer in periods because of this, where he's looking at the players going, you don't look like my players right now. Like, what the hell is going on? How can such good players perform so poorly? And so this isn't anything new. The thing is, with Klopp, he did figure it out, and he changed things, and he had that trust, and he was a good motivator and a manager that he could work with the players' psyche to sort of get that performance back out of them one way or another. Slot obviously hasn't got that. And I think one thing I was really, we said it when Slot was coming in, one thing we kept saying all the time was, it's a fresh pair of eyes. It's a manager that hasn't got any bias towards these players, any loyalty towards these players, and he's going to expose all of this. He's going to see this thing that somehow, and whether it's the pressure of being at Liverpool, I don't know, but this thing where Liverpool players struggle to get themselves up for the league games at Saturday at 3:00, where it's against a lower league side that you should easily beat. They get themselves up for the big times, but these games that are expected to win, it's almost like it's not exciting enough for them. That's how it feels at times. And we were like, great, that's cool, because we're going to get around that, because the manager's now going to see it, fresh pair of eyes. He's going to put a team together that is going to combat that. He's going to have tactics that gets around that, and that's it. And then obviously he started his tenure off by dropping players like Kwanzaa and stuff, and we thought, oh, this is great. He's cutthroat. This is feeding into what we need, someone with a little bit more, a bit cold-natured. And the thing that gets me this season is he's completely gone the other way. He's almost like he's bottled it. He's stopped believing in himself. He's not got that ability anymore to drop players because he sees things in his own way. He's just literally climatized to life at Liverpool and done what others have done, where it's just like appease everything that's going on. Keep the board happy, keep the players happy. Let's keep the senior ones happy, and we get what we get. But they'll kill you in the end. That's the thing. And we're at a point in time now where Salah, Virgil to an extent, Alisson, they're not the players they were. They're just not. So I was watching back some highlights yesterday of the famous front three, and I looked at Salah and I thought, damn, because you've been watching him for years, you kind of forget how different he is now. Like, look at the player that he was in his peak and look at him now. It's massively different. So you can't then rely on that player in the same way that you used to. Virgil, the same. So I think that I said to Sav the other day, I said, the manager going is the right thing, but equally as important, the manager coming in, because he's still going to have these same players and these same problems. And I almost think there's got to be a full sort of culture shift a little bit. You know, I think I look at this squad and think, yes, they're brilliant, but I think in periods of time, the culture at the club's just not good enough. It's not got this elitism that it needs to have. And I think that it's a massive task for a manager to come in midway through the season to try and get a tune out of. And equally, I don't think that man's Klopp either. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it can't be after Klopp saying he's tired.
Just quickly, Jay, before you go, like, I'm listening to what Sav just said, and obviously Cav. But I think the thing that Klopp was really good at is when it weren't going good, he found a spark. And that word kept playing in my head. And that was bringing in Bicetic, bringing in like a Kumas just bringing in players like a McConnell, like the young guns that wanted to like fight, run around, scrap with the other players just to prove, like, yeah, I know I'm young and I know I'm inexperienced, but I want to fight. At the moment, I think Arne Slot could have got that right. You know, if you just played Rio and said, I want it because he'll give us the spark that we're looking for. Put Trey in the midfield because he'll give us that spark, that little naivety, a little bit of naivety where they're like, well, I don't care who you are. I don't care who I'm playing up against. I'm going to show you what I'm about. And I think those two in particular at the moment should have been given that. And I think that would have then given the senior players and the other players around him that like, oh, man is cooking. Like he's not, okay, he's taking him on. Trey's getting the ball, playing calm and punching the ball into and receiving it and not being nervous and not being scared, getting shots off. Looking at the senior player like, shut up, man, I'm going to shoot. I'm in a good position. That little spark. And I feel like we don't, for some reason, he's not utilized the man them for that.
Yeah, I think the problem you've got with that though, right, is managers, I don't know, from what I've seen anyway, I don't know everything, but from what I've seen, managers tend to go and do that when shit is the fan. So when, you know, there's injuries or the team's in relegation, then people go and do that because it's like the players can't have an excuse. They haven't done this. They've been poor for many, many a season, right? Liverpool won the league last year. So when you're looking at these players, he's still looking at it thinking, but these players just won me the league. So if I go and make that decision to be like, you know what, Rio's that guy, that guy, it could unsettle the whole dressing room. It could. In the same way, you know, dropping a Robertson probably has unsettled the dressing room a bit and settled, you know, his position in the team. And, you know, you got the likes of Chiesa and stuff that aren't playing. If he goes and does that at that stage, it's probably a bit mad. But where I think Cav's spot on is it's the culture. It's the culture at the club. Because the problem, I think, and it was always going to be a problem with how Klopp was. And obviously they didn't... And you can't kind of prevent it when you get a manager like that. But Liverpool didn't have a culture that Klopp came into. Klopp created the culture. He created the environment. So everything started off from the manager. We played in the manager's eyes. Everything, the manager would go to watch the young players. The young players would play the way the manager wants them to play. He'd go and look at certain things in players that he wants for his team. It wasn't always the most talented player that went and got the minutes at Liverpool, guys. It wasn't your Ovie Ajarias. It wasn't your Ryan Kents. It was the players like, who is this? It was your Kate. It was this. It was that guy. The ones that would, I'm like, you're not good enough. But guess what? It's because they bought into a culture that Klopp liked. The hunger, the aggression, the things that you speak about, the principles that he believes in. The problem you've got, though, is very much like United, guys. That standard was upheld by one man. You take that man away that underpins everything that's going away. You are now asking players like your Virgils, like your Salahs, to be the standard bearers, right? Because Slot can't be the guy, and I'll explain why in a minute, that they never had to do before. They never had to do what Henderson done. They never had to do what Milner done. Last season, again, everything went well. Hardly any injuries. 2 teams fall off. You start off really well. You win the league, and it's like, oh my God, and you're building on the season that you had before, right? Oh, we couldn't do it for Klopp. There's all that motivation. Once you've hit that peak now, how are you gonna? Who's gonna give you that push again? And sorry, the manager, go back to it, the manager going and allowing the players to have a holiday in the middle of the season, that shows where the standards are. I know as a coach, right? If I knew that, if I was in the team, any manager I play for would be like, these guys are taking the mick. What? They're going holiday? No. That's not happening again. I guarantee you Arteta's going and saying, they're taking what? Partying. Midway through the season, no. We're not letting that happen again. We're not letting that happen again. And that's the mentality they go in there with.
Fire everyone else up with that arrogance.
That arrogance to be like, you know what, I'm going to go on holiday in the middle of the season and it doesn't matter. That's fine, but guess what? You've got killers in this league, especially like Guardiola, right? And I know it's not working out at the moment, where that's a manager that Klopp showed, what? We won the league? Cool. We're going 100 points. Oh, we're going Centurions. Yeah, we're going to get 100 goals. There's a next target. It's never enough. That's why it becomes so demanding. That's why a Klopp gets tired. That's why, because they are so intense 100 times out of 100. And what Liverpool have done now, they're in a situation where they've brought a manager in, and I go back to it. He didn't establish a culture. It doesn't matter how Liverpool play. I couldn't care less. We could be long ball, direct. We could play Stoke football. We could go whatever you want to call it. again, football subjective. There's many ways to skin a cat. But the one thing he didn't do is establish a culture in the club where the principles were, this is what Liverpool do no matter what. No matter what. And ultimately, what you've got right now is you allow a Salah not to defend. You play a player that's out of form and you show that, yeah, it doesn't matter. You go on holiday in the middle of the season. That's not elitism. And at that top level, it's those small differences. So Slot is right when he's saying it's just it's the small differences, you know. We're there, but we just didn't score. Yeah, because that's top level football. We're not playing under 13s, not under 10s. At that level, everyone's good. Everyone's good. But the best ones are the ones that are able to get that extra 2% to make a difference. And you're unable to go and do that. Why? Because you look at it and there's no standard. Who do you look at in that change room that's going to rally the players up? That's going to be like, no, this is this is Liverpool. This is what it means to play for Liverpool. The only person that's done that is Curtis Jones.
There's nobody scary in that dressing room. Years gone by, you'd have like Sadio Mane. You could just imagine him in training, in the games, in the dressing room.
Look what he done to Salah. Look what he done to Salah. Look how he moves to Salah on the pitch when he didn't get the ball. Look at Milner slapping Tsimikas' face in the game. Look at when Henderson was screaming at Virgil. Remember when Henderson was screaming at Milner, screaming at Virgil van Dijk? That was the standard. That's the standard. Look at Robbo when he'd get mad.
Even when he went to clear it, Jay, and Virgil kicked it off of him, and he turned and screamed at him like, I told you I had it.
They screamed at him that much that Virgil went and scored 4 minutes later, bro. He was shook, bro. So and then he smiled at him. It's true, man. Every time we hear them, bro, all they do is listen to Eminem and Burna Boy, bro. You know it, Remission Eminem as well, but every time I hear them, bro, I'm like, what? These like, bro, it's.
And do you know how it's mad? Is we've gotten to a point now where, and I've never seen this in the whole time Salah's been at the club. Salah now takes every set piece. It's like I'm the best player, and it is just give me the ball. No one's pulling rank. Sobbo should be taking every free kick. Salah, get out of here. Get out.
Yeah, bro, they had to get Salah.
But Salah's taking. They
had to get him signed that contract somehow, bro. You think it was just
Salah's
the money?
Taking a set piece. Salah's taking
just the money. Piece. Yeah, but that's the in them. You know, bro, in them negotiations with a player like that, it ain't just money, bro. It's assurances.
It's ego at that point. It's ego. Yeah.
And it's dark.
I've got a suggestion.
Slot smart. Sorry, Carl, carry on, bro.
Sorry, Saf. No, it's apologies. I've got a suggestion, and I genuinely believe in it. They need to chain up the coffee bar. So you ain't having this coffee bar back until you start winning games. I kid you not.
It's true. They're relaxed. They go into the man too relaxed, bro.
And sliders and that, and you got a little cappuccino and that.
I tell you as to why, right? I tell you as to why I did this in my own business, right? I took somebody on who had no experience in what they're doing, but they had this mindset that I'm coming here and I'm going to progress and I'm going to make good money because I know how hard I work. And it influences everybody around you. If you take away the coffee or leave the coffee bar, right? Sign a player that walks in there and goes, "Oh, you all sat around there? Yeah, I'm gonna head straight to training. See you in there in 5 minutes. I'll be there already." You need that one person, that elite player that's going for Ballon d'Ors. That's like, "Oh, you don't want to sit around and joke? Yeah, not me. I'm buying into this. I'm here to work." And set that standard.
Oh, joking.
Because in years gone by, that was Henderson. That was Milner, probably because they had to do extra training because they was getting on a bit and they thought, fuck it, I'll keep up with everyone else. You had Sadio Mane, you had, all these players, the best players in the world are the ones that work the hardest. They just are. And it looks like our players are just so comfortable, right, with going in, doing their few hours. I remember when we had Nunes, right? And I said this to you so many times, Enz. How come I haven't seen a video yet of this guy doing extra training? Now, he might be doing it. But how come I haven't seen a video of this guy doing training drills after training? Where is this elite mindset? Because he's a good player, but I'm not seeing the environment that's forcing these players to do more or creating an environment that encourages them to do more.
Hour after training, shooting practice, just there working on your craft.
Exactly. It's what we're talking about. It's this culture. And the trouble we've got is the best players at our club are all getting older. And so the younger players that think they've got something about them don't get selected. And also that when they look at who's been selected ahead of them, they don't even respect them. Do you think Rio's looking at Salah going, Nah, do you know what? Fair play, Salah. You are a quality player this season. I shouldn't be getting in ahead of you. No, he's looking at him going, "What the hell are you? You're meant to be Salah, you know." And this is the most uninspiring performances I've ever seen, and I still can't get in. You need
for the training, but it's
Milner, look, Milner and Hendo, right? And this is where I remember I used to be. I was a proper backer of Henderson. Like I remember, I didn't want him to go. Like all of that, right? That's a player there that had every opportunity in his career. There was adversity. He comes to the club when Liverpool aren't doing well, right? For a lot of money, doesn't do well. People want to get rid of him. Brendan Rodgers comes in, wants him to go to Fulham. For Clint Dempsey, he doesn't want to go. He's able to battle through. He has to work hard. He has to work hard if he wants to stay at the club, right? He then comes in, Klopp comes in, plays in, says, actually, I don't really want you now. You're going to be the DM backup. But he has to work hard because Klopp's like, look, we're bringing in Chamberlain and this, you're going to have to, no, I'm going to be the one that's going to sit there. I'm going to be the one that's going to be the guy. I'm going to be the skipper, to the point where in every team that he's been on, right, he's in every single squad. That doesn't happen by accident, but that's a player that doesn't have, he's not the star, he's not the this, but what he had to do is make sure that every single day he was switched on and prepared. Every single day. The minutiae of details. Oh, you know what? Milner, yeah, I'm not even drinking Ribena. That's a cheat day. That's a cheat meal. If I drink Ribena, that's a cheat.
Yeah, Milner was even doing the thing with the phones and that, bro. Giving man fines and that.
Yeah, giving man fines.
What did Milner say, bro? Man said if you're on time to training, bro, you're too late.
Yeah. You're too late. You're too late. Milner making sure that at the age of 35, 36, when people are finished and you're told, "Oh man, I'm beating you in that race." And guess what? In that lactate test. Right. And guess what? When I do that lactate test, yeah, I'm gonna be looking at you like, "What? You're 22 and you can't fix up."
Everyone doesn't have that, bro. And if everyone doesn't have that, and you don't have people in the team who have that, then you hope that the coach has it. If the coach doesn't have it, then we're all screwed, bro. We're all, because now no one's got that mentality, bro. Virgil and Salah are on the tail end. They've just got their new contract. The manager shouldn't be focused on the people who have 2 years left on their contract and in their 30s, bro. Focus on the rest of the team, man. Focus on the rest of the team, because you're gonna live and die by this Salah guy. And that. I'm not even trying to diss him, but you're gonna lose your job before Salah leaves. You realize that he's not got long left, and Slot's gonna be out of here before Salah still. What are you doing? This doesn't happen at any other big club. And you don't just strip everyone back and get rid of all of these experienced guys or any of that business and take them out. You had your Diaz and they were here for a while, bro. You could have kept them because Diaz has that on the pitch. That's what you see him on the pitch. The fight in the movement.
None of it on the pitch, bro.
But you see when Liverpool are signing players, I don't know, I forgot what the guy's name is, but you know the one that was in charge of the
dude with the glasses.
Data, the dude with the glasses. He spoke about when they used to go and buy players, they'd look at the statistics and stuff, but they'd also look at, and Klopp actually spoke about it in the Stephen Butler thing, is they'd look at the environment the player came from. So when they look at Mane, they'd go and look at Mane and be like, yeah, of course you're doing well now, but what's your background? Oh, you had to walk 20 miles to go to training. Exactly, and all of that. And you had to get water from the well, and you were playing barefoot. Okay, cool. Salah, you had to go and travel across Egypt to... Okay, cool. What was the adversity? You went to Chelsea and it didn't work out, so you got that hunger in your belly. Cool. Virginia Wijnaldum, the star boy in the Netherlands, didn't work out, ends out at Newcastle. Where he's at. Adversity, cool. Not respected in it, cool. Virgil van Dijk, you look at the player. Yes, he done amazing at Southampton, but that was a player that wasn't respected when he was a young kid. Had to leave Holland, go to Celtic. Didn't get the move straight to... Robbo, do you know what I mean? Fabinho was at Madrid. Was at Madrid. Didn't work out at Madrid. Your Hendersons, your damn Trents. Where Trent again, he was in the team, never the main guy in the squad. Never it was flipping Adam Morgan, Konate.
Know about Trent in the
Woodburn, Woodburn and the they were better.
Woodburn. They were the ones that were the top. But you weren't the top guy. But guess what? He's going to work. He's going to graft. So you have a team of players that all follow a certain mindset. And when a manager can go and make them believe in what he's trying to do, they'll run through a brick wall for him. At this moment in time, and this is what happens, where it's a different level of management. When you go and sign the best players, the ones that have always been good, that have always... Vert's always been good. Yeah, of course, everyone suffers adversity, but you've always been the star boy. You've always been that guy. Oh, Isak, 120. Come on, man. You're that guy now. You're now buying a player at a different level. You're dealing with a different caliber of player. And Liverpool will still go and do this. But who's that guy in the team where you look at and you're like, that's why he's in the team? Like, is it not because of his ability, but if he's not in the team, the system don't work. There's no one. And the manager doesn't inspire that either. So even when you've got these players, does it look like
perhaps
Slot?
This season, Szoboszlai might be that guy.
This season, he has changed his mentality. He's definitely changed his mentality, bro.
He did.
If you listen to his football focus interview when he came into Liverpool, he sounded a bit cocky and that. He sounded a bit cocky. You hear him in his last one with Owen Hargreaves, and he's talking about, because the Red Bull Academy is like, yeah, bro. That's why he runs like that. He said, you have to.
No, but guess what? But even with Sobo, guys, right? But guess what? What happened this season, right? That made him have to buck up his ideas. The club went out and got Wirtz. Everyone else fell down, but the club went out and got Wirtz though. They've told him Wirtz is the guy. Slot spoke about, we had that in the 10 position, but we need to. The manager's saying, if everything worked out, Sobo might not be playing, guys. Let's be honest. If everything worked out the way we thought it would work out, and people think McAllister's the best midfield at the club, so he plays, and then Gravenberch's the best DM in the world, he plays. If you buy Wirtz to play in that 10 position, the only player that's getting dropped out of that at the beginning is Sobo. And Sobo knew that. So Sobo knew, no, this can't happen. This can't, because if Wirtz pops off, you're playing right back, bro. That's it. So he has to go and push himself, and you get a better player for it. But that's self-motivation. No one can teach you that. No one can get that from you. But who's going to inspire that out of someone? Who's going to inspire that? And that's the place I'm at. Cass spoke about it the other day. It's the psychology. It's past the tactics and stuff. It's the psychology now.
I think the thing with that, Jerry, is what's been quite disappointing now, though, summer onwards, is Liverpool have always been so aware of all of these things. Like you look at United going out and signing big name players and it not working and changing managers and stuff. And we've always prided ourselves as Liverpool fans because of that situation that's going on over there, thinking we would never do that because we're so much smarter than that. It's so easy when you're the outsider looking in, but we could literally look at the decisions United were making and going, never do that, because that's clear evidence of the wrong things to do. And I can't lie, we started to do some of the same things. Like, we brought Edwards back and we brought Hughes in, and it feels like all they've done is open up the transfer list, and they've picked the top names from each of them and not look much further. And that's what we've landed with now. Big name players for big money, all the characteristics you spoke about, Jerry. And look at, we're getting similar type performances to what United got out of their players. So and this is where I put some of the blame on some on Hughes and Edwards and that committee is, if you're this great, why is it we just went and signed the best not the best, but one of the best strikers in England, staring us in the face, one of the best midfielders in Germany staring us in the face? That's all cool and that's nice, and I still actually think those two players will work out, but where behind them signings is all the other signings from South America and in France League 2 and all these types. If you're that good of scouts and you're top club, why aren't you backing up these big name signings with unknowns that perhaps have some of that adversity that Jerry's talked about, so you could get a balance in the type of people you're bringing into the squad? It hasn't happened. All they've simply done is open up their Excel spreadsheet and pick the first name on each of the lists, and that's what we've ended up with.
It's the Hughes guy, bro. It's not Edwards, bro. Edwards, like, I know that we keep doing this Edwards and Hughes putting them together and that, but he's hired to do something else now. He ain't doing the same job he was doing before. This Hughes guy, I never knew anything about him, but all Liverpool fans were gassed about him. It was the whole summer was F Klopp. This guy's here. The real youths are back with the pen and pad and that, bro. And you're right, because the whole Moneyball thing is literally not to sign the best in class. It's to sign the people who have the same attributes, but they're lower down. That's all Liverpool do. That's all we've ever done. That's why Ekitike would make sense. If you was gonna try and get Isak and you got Ekitike, it makes more sense, bro.
Excellent.
That's what we're not doing that anymore. We've gone down the new, and I'm not gonna act like as a football fan all of a sudden in hindsight, because I've always said it's a bit weird to me that Liverpool's never been able to buy the best in class. But I'm a football fan, I'm not a sporting director. I just always felt like we've been treated like shit, like we're always the little man. Let's not gas like we've what world class players we ever brought, bro. Apart from Thiago, it's never. Suarez wasn't world class before we got him. Like, so
do you think though? Yeah, playing devil's advocate, because I agree. But do you think potentially, that's always the goal of every club, innit? You want to get the number one on the list. Liverpool just weren't in a position to get the number one on the list. So now, when they're looking at it and they're looking in the future, they're like, Jurgen Klopp's gone. We think a manager's not probably going to be able to get and maximise an Endo, right? Because Endo under Jurgen Klopp was in the quad race, right? Playing in DM. Now he can't get a sniff and he's not good enough. So they probably don't trust Slot or whoever manager that comes in to maximise in the same way that Klopp did, maximise the lower players to perform at a higher level than they can. So what they've tried to do is buy the better players to make Slot's life easier. But what he's finding is you got better players, but then you're dealing with a different type of ego. And you compare it to last season where it's easy to drop Kwanzaa. It's easy to do that. It's easy to make a couple changes and not be forced with, you know what, I've got this player, because last season Nunes is crap. So there's no body. Do you know what I mean? There's no credit in the bank. It's easy to not play him. Jota's always injured. It's easy to just not play him, right? You got Diaz and Gakpo. It's easy. I can move Diaz there. But Salah, we haven't got any backup for Salah, and I didn't want Chiesa, so cool, he's always going to play. Virgil van Dijk's Virgil van Dijk, Alisson's Alisson. We got Kelleher there, but we know the levels. Gomez is always injured, right? Trent's Trent, but he might be leaving, so it's easy to take him out and put Bradley in there, right? But let's say Trent signed an extension and Liverpool had added to that squad. Would he have managed that dynamic as easily? Probably not. Because you're dealing with a different type of ego, especially when you're buying these players. I don't know. I just...
Where do we go then? Because obviously he's going to be sacked, and I can't wait, actually. Because everything that you get...
Can't wait.
No, I can't wait, bro. No, because Cav made loads of valid points. You've made loads of valid points. Sav's made loads of valid points. And I'm just sitting there going, we don't have a culture. There's no fight. There's no grit. The players they're not on it. The players are good players, though, but they're just not on it. The manager can't get the best out of him. He's on the chopping block. He's sacrificed his job to suit other players in the team. So why would I want to wait and give you more time and give you more money when I know that from what you're doing at the moment, you keep making the same mistakes and you're going to continue to make these same mistakes because you've lost everything that you came in and said you were going to do. You've lost that. When you guys spoke about culture, he came in and said, everyone needs to defend. Everyone needs to work hard. I was like, okay. So that means we're going to, okay, cool. Then I saw in pre-season, I saw different styles. Keeper have it, punch it into Salah. Salah flicks it to the 10. Next 10 makes a run, hops it round the corner, sends Salah. I'm like, oh, so when all things are going bad, this is what we're going to do. This is one of the ways we're going to be able to play out.
Remember the Arsenal game ends, what we've never seen since, that kind of defending. Remember that?
I saw a structure where, bro, I was saying to Sav at half time, I was like, okay, so now we've gone into this defensive shit. About 10, 15 minutes into it, and I was like, raw, Arsenal are void of ideas. Like, we plugged every gap, every passing lane they can think of doing. And I'm like, we're just going to hit them on a counter-attack. I could see Odegaard throwing his hands up in the air, like, frustrated, like, yo, you man need to move. And the only goal we gave them the goal they ended up scoring. But now I'm looking at our team going, there's no one there. No leaders. And then not only that, Sav, I've seen, and I've seen us like now it's separate the fan base. Now the fan base want to protect this guy. They want to protect players. And I'm like, where's the standards? Now I'm hearing everyone run the word standards. Where did that come from?
Well, not when we were talking about performances, clearly. Because that was what we were talking about. The performance was subpar, bro. They were the standards, and you weren't holding to... At the end of the day, bro, I make so much jokes on that, and I don't really like this Slot guy. I've never liked him in it, but I'm going to try being not as harsh on it. Maybe he leaves Liverpool, he's 47, and I think he's been managing for like 7 years or something like that. So if he's planning on sticking around, I hope for his sake, when he gets sacked from Liverpool, he learns his lesson, and he can go and do whatever in his career. And I don't hate him, bro. But he doesn't have the mentality for Liverpool, bro. He just doesn't have it, bro. I think the worst thing and the best thing that can happen to him is win the Prem. And I think the worst thing is for some of the players as well. I swear to you, bro. It's not helping. Big up, G. It's not helping at all. It's not helped him at all. He doesn't have that mentality, bro. The same thing would have happened if Ten Hag had won the Premier, and that, but even he was a little bit better, or Solskjaer or someone. It's not. We've only got all these new players and that, and they're like the second best in class in different teams or whatever, or the best in their team, and you can't get the best out of them, bro. It takes a certain mentality to do that, and the players have to rate you as well. They have to rate you as an ex-player, or rate you as a person, rate your management skills. I don't know what they rate him as, because his man management skills suck. Nobody even knew who he was as a player, bro. And you manage final, not even being disrespectful, but nobody cares about final, bro.
And he was saying as well, right, that, oh, we don't have enough time for training and stuff like that because the games are coming. And I'm like, I get it. You're going to need a recovery day. I get it. I understand it. But you can't tell me there is not enough time to implement a style and a tactics, bro, and how we want to play. You can't tell me there is not enough time in hours.
All the top teams play the same amount of games as Liverpool. All of them.
You can't tell me that.
Play the same amount against Liverpool. So maybe we didn't go Ibiza, bro.
You're on me, Jerry.
Maybe if you used the Ibiza trip time, you could have implemented the skill in it.
But the problem
maybe when the league was sewn up. The league was sewn up early last season, and you started to just throw away the games. You probably could have tried to implement something. We would have rated it. If you'd won the league and then man started on a new tactic already, and we lost the games, but we played well. All right, the league's won though.
And he come out and said, "No, we're going to try different things now. No, we've won the league. Let's."
But do it is that's something that I would have. You see, instead of going on holiday, that's what you could have done. You could have started to implement whatever you tried to do. Bro. Heck, that should have happened in pre-season the season before. But guess what? You had the whole pre-season to go and do the same thing, but you haven't been able to go and do it. It's too late to do that now. This is why I talk about, at this point, we should have been trying to do this as early as possible, trying to get it because what's going to happen now? A manager comes in, is going to instill a style of play, but you can't expect the players to just get it. Remember, you might win games, but you're probably going to lose some games as well. With regards to that, it's over. It's over. Remember when Jurgen Klopp came in? Liverpool finished what, 6th, 7th?
Yeah.
8th, whatever it was. Yeah, it got to Europa League final, but we were positive. It was optimistic, but it wasn't a good season. You looked at him and thought, yeah, Jesus, it's better. I mean, at least, yeah, we got Jurgen Klopp and there were some good moments. But if every season was like that, he would have got sacked. But he was instilling an idea and a belief into a team. That the next manager's going to have to do that, but it's done in terms of like instilling a style of play and stuff. It's over.
You know, I would just add by saying I actually think that Slot was the right man to take over from Klopp, and I think because the way I see Slot and his personality and his calmness, and even in this tough run, he still actually held himself quite well in these interviews and stuff. He said some stupid things, but actually he's not lost his rag. He's remained collective in front of the camera, and he's carried himself with a little bit of pride, I would say. But the reason I say I think he was the right man for taking over Klopp is taking over from Klopp is a massive deal. Every manager was set up to fail. That's a tough. They're tough boots to fill. Then you have the contract situations throughout last season, and he managed to control everything with regards to that quite well. And then obviously. We had the sad passing of Jota, and I think he handled that well. And so he's neutralized a lot of situations that were quite impactful on us fans. 3 big players potentially leaving, Jota passing, and obviously then he wins the league in that time without changing too much in the side. He's a good neutralizer. But I think where we're at now is we're past that point. He's a good stopgap for us, or at least he should be just a good stopgap for us. And now we're at a point where we're talking about things like, we're past those contract situations. We've won the league, so we've got recent credit and recent chest, if you like, when we can talk to other rival fans. And now we've got some good players that have come in. We're healing from the Jota situation, and we're at a point in time where we now need a new manager to come in with new ideas and create a new culture. And that's for me, to go back to the question of what manager you'd like to bring in. I personally would like to bring in a younger manager, right? Like Cesc. At the ones that are on the screen, I'd go with Cesc, right? He's quite inexperienced, but doing quite well. And bring in that culture of a player that's clearly understands Liverpool and Anfield, but also, and this is the important part, that recognises that time's moved on and that the likes of Alisson, Virgil and Salah are probably going to leave
in the summer, if not the year after, and focus on building the team and the culture around the younger players you've got in the squad. And when we say younger, these players are still Florian Wirtz, they're still Isak, still Ekitike. They're quality players. So for me, it's not a case of bringing a manager in. Like I think Glasner will come in, I think Iraola will come in and do quite well. I think De Zerbi's style of football is brilliant. I'd love to see it. But I'm thinking we're starting a new project now. We're starting a new project with just a really good foundation. And we're past all the sort of pain that's probably gone in recent times, and we're starting afresh. And I think somebody like Cesc, maybe even a Xavi, I'm not too sure, but the next wave of manager, a younger manager, to come in that's a bit cultured as well in their football, because I think that works well with us. So, yeah, I think Slot's not the man for us now, but I just wanted to add that part where I think to this point, I think actually he's been the right man for us to get us through this period of time.
It's crazy that's only been a year on it. It's kind of crazy. It's only been one season.
But that's that's sometimes just how things work out, and it managers, people, they're only meant to be in your life, or only meant to play a small part.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is with fans. I think some fans think that it has to be this lifelong thing now, because what we used to, which I get, you kind of have to get over it, bro. Ten Hag's the longest running manager now. I mean, Guardiola, 10 years in at City in the next month or so. And then the next one after that, bro, is dead, bro. Like, there's no one. There's Arteta.
Who out the list of the guys on the screen then, lads, and big up to the chat, by the way, and you guys can get involved in this. At the ones on the screen, looking at the players we currently have in the squad, who do you think best suits what we'll try and do, or in your opinion, going forward? Because obviously we don't know at the moment. We don't have a culture, we don't have a style, we don't have a system. We just have players. But looking at the players' qualities, which manager on screen you think would best suit us?
There's only one man for me, to be fair.
Is De Zerbi on that screen?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's who I'm going with. That's who I'm going with, De Zerbi, bro.
Let me make it a little bit bigger so everyone can see.
Yeah, I saw there's a bit of both with De Zerbi, man. He's not just a passing player. Like, he had Brighton working hard on that, bro. Got Marseille working hard. I'm with De Zerbi, and he's passionate enough as well, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want man just standing still on the sideline, just letting the ship burn and not doing anything. I've seen De Zerbi kick off a whole deck chair and that on the side, bro. Bro, yeah, man. I'm on that, bro. So yeah, give me De Zerbi. I like Fabregas on that, bro. But for me, it's a bit early for Fabregas. Like, I don't want our club to go completely backwards. A year out of being at the top level is not that bad, bro. I don't want it to get worse, but yeah. Because we can still win a trophy this season. Because if we get a new manager in halfway through, we can still win a trophy.
Yeah, I think. I think it's De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi, the guy that, again, I think the football will be exciting. I think he's someone, when you talk about like new ideas and understand that football's moving forwards. Pep Guardiola keeps talking about the fact that De Zerbi done this and De Zerbi's done that, and I never thought he's a forward-thinking guy, but also has the passion about him where you're looking at that group of players, and look, and it could go wrong, and I'll explain why, but he's the type of guy that will scream in that change room to get the maximum amount of players, right? The only problem that could happen, but we haven't got that at the moment, right, is currently with your Salahs and Virgils, he's the type of person that'd be like, yeah, get your agent here, tell him to come, it's done, it's over. Like he did at Marseille. No, but he done that to Jonathan Rowe. He told him, get your agent to come in, it's done, it's over. You're never playing for this club again. Make mad, just executive decisions. But you need someone like that to go and set a tone at a club, right? And I think with the young players that are there, especially considering what they're going through right now, a lot of their egos have been hit. So they'll be more receptive to someone like that, as opposed to getting a De Zerbi, when you've won everything and now he's got to kind of, come out with pump his chest up. He's going to come in and be like, yeah, you guys were rubbish. You didn't do anything. This is what we're going to go and do. And if you want to start this club, you're going to have to follow what we have to do. And G always speaks about it, man. They went to Marseille. G said he watched the first game. I never watched that game. And he said straight away he knew he was like, what the hell is going on with Marseille?
Was it that pre-season game they lost?
They lost the game, bro.
Yeah, I watched it too, man. They bopped him off the plot, man. Yeah. Zerbi's got to be him still.
But you know what's crazy? Everyone bar Klopp, and I just wouldn't have him because I think it's a pointless endeavor to bring him back. But everyone else, they all have a style and a culture about them in terms of they've got an identity about their football. Even if you just added in Fabregas anyway, whether you have him or not, he got a culture, what he's building there at Como and stuff like that. The only difference, the only thing with all of them, they haven't managed that top level football before. So that's the only thing that I look at all of them. As much as I want De Zerbi, and of course you don't know until they obviously get here. It's all of that kind of stuff. But none of them have managed top level players at an elite level where we're talking about you've got Champions League this week, crucial game against PSG, and then you've got a game against Manchester City the next week. They haven't really done that. So you're looking at that and you are thinking that if we are trying to create a culture, any of them is fine. Any of them is fine. If we can understand as fans that it might not just be it's going to click straight away type of thing where I don't expect as much as I want. I don't expect any of them to come in straight away win the league. Yeah, I'll be I'll be just as shocked as I was when Arne Slot did it. It'll be the same thing because I'll be like, well, none of you've ever done it. You've never shown that you could do it. So to say that I think you could just do it off the bat, no. But
them kind of managers are done now, innit? The ones the Mourinho and Ancelotti and that, it's over now. There's a bigger gap now between them. It's like these lot are like, I think Fabregas is like 38, a couple of them are like 45 and 46, and that Klopp's the oldest, and then there's a big gap. There's like then it's 70-year-olds and that, bro.
Yeah,
so,
no,
so no one coming into a club and just winning anything.
But it's like, for example, there's none of them have done what Alonso's done. None of them. No,
I mean the best one there for honours is Glasner. Because he's pretty much showing you year by year, like
he won at Frankfurt, innit? Won the European.
Yeah, I've done this at Frankfurt, and then I've won Palace their first trophy, and then I've done so he's the next one up. I like Fabregas, and I just think Fabregas is too early, bro. Like I'm not willing to take that.
Let him do his thing. Yeah, let him do his
thing. Yeah, of course.
It's like he got a manager job last year, 2024. That's it, first one. You're doing up Arteta if you're doing that, and I don't know if you lot got Arsenal kind of patience, bro. Because Arteta's actually a good manager, but it's been 7 years. It's gone quick. It's gone quick, bro. But he's only been a gaff for like that long.
Also, as well, I feel like people. I see everyone talking about it, and I know you guys have kind of mentioned it. This thing with De Zerbi that everyone feels that he's just gonna come in and start punching up, man. Let's keep it a buck. Like he wouldn't be able to anyway, because the reality is there's players here who are bigger than you, big man. So, and you've never been really at clubs where there are players who are actually just bigger than you in terms of their own notoriety. I'm not saying he wouldn't come in and stir the pot a bit. I think he would, just through his natural personality and what he demands on it. From what these like James Milner said, Gross, that's it. Yeah. Pascal Gross has spoken about in terms of on the training pitch, this brother gets involved. He'll stop the training session and he's like, no, we're doing it again. You need to make sure that we need detail. He's really, and that's where I think in terms of for Liverpool would be good. But I do feel like people go over the top because I see people who don't want him. That's one of the reasons why they don't want him. Also, he's going to come in and upset the apple cart. I'm like, brother, like
it's a myth.
The only reason why people probably say that is they're probably scared of their favorite players getting badded up in it. But you can't when you're a football player and a manager. At the end of the day, he is in charge. You have to check your ego at the door when you're a player. He's the one in charge. Listen, learn, and see what he's about, and see if you can adapt to what he's trying to do, and see if it makes you a better player. And if you do all of those things and it's not working, and you can't improve or whatever, then you be like, well, whatever he's asking me to do, either I can't grasp it, but I've tried my hardest, or he's not good as a manager, and it just doesn't work what he's trying to do. But I feel like that's what's going to happen. If I'm seeing a player doing what they're doing, I don't mind him throwing people under the bus, like, because that's him holding standards. And if you're not here to hold that standard with me, then why are you here then?
People People do overgas the De Zerbi thing, bro. They're sitting for a water bottle, kick one chair, and all of a sudden he would rough up. But none of you lot sitting put a player in a headlock, bro. I don't know why people keep speaking like that, bro.
Yeah, like you think you'd be able to bad up Salah and Virgil van Dijk? That's a myth. Like no top manager would ever do that anyway, because that wouldn't make sense for you to go on there and
headlock one of them, man.
But it depends. But it depends with a De Zerbi, because this is what.
But Ancelotti wouldn't come in and do that. Pep Guardiola wouldn't come in and bad up Virgil van Dijk and like, why would you do that?
But you say that, right? But look at, for example, obviously they're different, right? But even like, look at how Guardiola operated with a Yaya Toure when he came in, or look how he operated with an Henry when he got in, right? It was bruv, stay over there. Because Henry understood his place. It was like, oh, I'm gonna do my thing over there. Because as an example, if De Zerbi goes and tells Salah, bruv, Salah, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing, and Salah doesn't like it, and Salah tries to do that. Oh, but I don't. That's when the badding up thing happens. Do you know what I mean? Because De Zerbi will be like, what are you talking about? Klopp would have done the same thing. Problem is, when Klopp comes in...
Klopp is of a higher level than a De Zerbi in terms of notoriety. Like
that's why I say I'd get a De Zerbi in, but
I'm with you on
that. But I caveat it by saying I don't think I don't think Salah, your Van Dijk, your old guard like it, because he'll do stuff like, to Cav's point. Yeah, look, you see that that coffee thing you've got? Remove that. Remove it.
You're good.
What you like? Ketchup. Remove the ketchup. He's the type of person to do something, and man are like, what do you mean? He's good.
Good, because there's only two. Jerry, there's only two of them. There's only Salah and Virgil left.
Exactly.
Alisson don't care anyway. He's always chilled out. Robbo's ready to go Celtic next season. Bond the rest of, bro. There's 23 players on the team, and without Virgil and Finger, there's 21, bro. Bond them two, bro. They're gonna go anyway.
Exactly.
In fact, do that. Push them out the club. Do it. When they start talking about I want to leave, we'll get some money for them as well. Leave, bro.
Exactly. And he's the type of, he's the type of person. And you go back to Cavett, actually made a really good point. When you think of what Slot came in and done, remember what he done? He didn't upset the apple cart. He didn't move anything. He didn't bring anyone in. There was no like, oh, is my position under threat? Everything was just calm. He just made little adjustments and tweaks, which probably helped Liverpool do what they did last year. But going forwards long term, he didn't establish himself as, who am I in this team? And I think if a De Zerbi comes in, there are certain things that... I don't know if you guys have seen the thing at Marseille. I don't know if you've seen it in training and that.
No. But you're talking like... I agree with you, by the way. It's not even that I'm saying that he wouldn't. What I'm saying is that Marseille, Jonathan Rowe is like light years away from a Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. So for him to be able to operate with those type of play, and again, I'm not saying that, I don't want people to misunderstand. I'm not saying that he wouldn't come in and do, he'll do these little kind of things. But the best managers we've ever seen in the history of football, they understand how to manage some of these players. Sir Alex Ferguson, the Pep Guardiolas, the Jurgen Klopps. So what I don't want people to, not even you, what I don't want people to misunderstand is, don't think if he's to come in, don't think it's going to be I'm just going to do this. No, because then that's showing me.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about.
But that's why people don't want him, because they're thinking that he's going to come in and do a madness. And I'm like, no. What he's done is, obviously, yes, at times I could not, like the Marseille thing and the whole, there's certain times he might go overboard in certain situations. But I think if you put a De Zerbi in this team where you actually have elite level, top level players who've been doing this for like 6, 7, 8 years, I think he will adapt to that so much better with his style and personality, and then his football. Come on, bro! Like, that's a match made in heaven.
The club's different. That's why when I thought Guardiola, I didn't want De Zerbi to go there, bro, because I was like, he's gonna fit in straight away. He won't act like that at them clubs with Brighton and Marseille, bro. You're trying to get the best out of the bad situation and like the lower leagues, the lower teams, innit? So you need to get on board, and that's why the owner of Brighton, I was so happy with him, because like and part of it's like how you're making us money, bro. Like we've been able to build these players up That's why they've got one of the best scouting systems. Players that some people didn't even know of, and they've been able to build them up. It's profit they were making off these players, bro.
Sav, the one thing I'm looking forward to as well, players not hiding from the football, bro. I swear to God, that'll make joy. My heart will like just be in love again, like with the game, bro. That man, them are not hiding. They're not scared.
You won't be able to, because if you're scared, this is the thing I'm talking about. This is where again I like this stuff. But I'd like McAllister trying to hide in that, and he goes 10 minutes in, off. Jones, you're on. But it'll be a little thing. It'll be like, but like the average fan will be like, but he didn't do anything. He'll be like, Nazerbi's looking at that small, minute detail, saying you didn't stay 2 yards to the left That's why we weren't able to play out. Yeah, get off. Someone else is going to come on to go and do it.
Bro, I love that shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. You know them kind of gaffers and that when the season starts and that you're like, bro, why is my man at centre back, bro? Like, he don't play for us, bro. We just and then all of a sudden you realize very quick, and he tells you, yeah, it's because my man don't listen, bro. Like, I want him to do this. He don't do that, bro. And he compliments this. Yeah, man. Because there's always players like that. That's the good thing about new managers. Normally, Slot didn't really get to do it, but it didn't matter eventually. But you come into a club and there's top class players on the bench or players that people think are the finished, and then they put him on, and you're like, why is he playing him? And all of a sudden you realize, because with all this shit that Liverpool's going through, with all this fight and all this dog what Curtis is talking about, I'm just looking like, so you don't want to play Wataru? No, because I'll take Wataru being slow, kick him man out the stadium, then these like just let him man run past.
And you'll give so much more structure as well, Sav.
So much more structure because
structure in the
give him
midfield.
instructions and he just does it. That's Wataru's thing, bro. Give me the instructions, I'll just do it. I'll do it to the best of my ability, bro. If someone runs past me, that's just because of my attributes, bro. I'm trying to do my job. These men are just doing what they want, bro.
Big up. Last topic before we go, though, boys. We got the small matter of dealing with West Ham on Saturday tomorrow, 2:00 kickoff.
You lot can do with West Ham, not me, blood.
Now, as I said, bro, I'm not doing no preview. I'm just going to ask you guys, do you think we can win the game? And what's your score prediction?
Not tomorrow, and it's Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday, then.
No. I think Liverpool lose the game 3-1. Liverpool are not winning here. I've never been so confident about a Liverpool loss in my life, man. They're not winning the game. They're not winning. You what, wearing this kit as well? You're just gonna get dirty for no reason. You might as well even not even
wear a bib sliding all over the place.
Yeah, just wear a bib or something. Keep that shit clean.
Like they're going to put on the green kit. No, just put on the bib instead. Wear the white kit.
Yeah, bro, forget the green kit, no, Jerry. I'll put on the bibs, the highlight bib, put those bibs on. You're good. Man, ain't
Yeah, nah, it's mad. What about you, James?
Yeah, I don't want no part of this match, bro. No part of it. Yes, 2-0 in it, West Ham. It's got Bowen and Paqueta masterclass written all over it. Look at Soucek and that. You know what I'm saying?
Is Bowen available?
Don't know, bro. Let's just pretend he is. He's always available for Liverpool. And
he's always
and he always scores as well.
Soucek from set pieces, bro.
Always remember scoring.
And he's going to do that spin around thing, the little helicopter dance.
That's the worst celebration. That's the worst.
Terrible, bro. He looks so lanky, innit?
That
he looks like an oaf, like an oaf, bro.
Yeah,
he's a good player, isn't he?
Why is the short guy sending shots to the tall guy, bro?
Jerry's the one who said he was.
I'm the one.
No, you said he looked. No, you said he looked
lanky, bro. So you're just going to ignore that Jerry said it.
And Jerry laughed. That's it.
Hold on.
Jerry said the first thing, bro.
About his characteristics, like he looks like an oaf.
And then Sam said he looks like you.
Bro, Jerry said it first, bro. I don't know why. I just brought up the celebration. Allow it, man. I just said he's a good footballer, man. He's one of them.
You know that kid in the playground that just spins around in a circle and that.
Hold on. You see, sorry, before you say your prediction, who's the left back of West Ham? What's the black brother's name?
Juve.
Oh yeah, Salah. Yeah, Liverpool definitely losing the game, bro. Yeah. My man is on serious smoke. You ain't seen him this season. Bro,
yeah.
Remember Liverpool linked with him. I
remember going to watch. I watched the compilation of him, and I was looking at like, okay, what's his crossing like for one? Yeah, I was like, what's his 1v1 looks like? What is his passing like? What does it look like when he's under pressure in tight spaces? And I was like, yo, this brother is
he's strong.
You see the other youth that locked up Doku the other night, man. Like, what's his name?
Poku
in that. Hey, Poku versus Doku.
You have to understand, you got Malik.
Two Ghanaians in it. Two Ghanaians cancel each other out, bro.
West Ham have Malik Diouf on one side and they got Wan-Bissaka on the other side, bro. So good luck with that game.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka.
I don't want any part, bro. I don't want any part of Wan-Bissaka and Diouf, bro. I just allow it and it's.
Who's the left winger for us? We like Gakpo.
Man said who, you know. Man said who.
Gakpo. So
you know, like my brain was like, yo, who's the left winger? Okay, yeah, Gakpo is gonna have a long take.
And you got Callum Wilson on his page, you go contract and that, trying to get more. All of a sudden, he can score goals because he gets paid.
Somerville against Kirkes.
Oh, allow it, bro.
Actually, no, some of it will be on the other side. It'll be against Sobo. Peak.
And normally you look at those, and they haven't been like great, bro. Like they haven't been. Now they're in a little bit of form.
Well, they lost their manager. They started the season. The manager got sacked, and then they got a new manager in. Yeah, it's long.
New manager bouncing that.
So what was the results? What was it? So 2-0 from Sav. Was it 2-0 Sav? I don't want to misquote you there.
2-0. Yeah.
G, what did you go with?
3-1 West Ham.
Jerry.
I'm gonna go a 2-2 draw with a side of club statement still after the game.
With a side
of a 2-2 draw with a club statement.
Yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen.
As in, you know what's crazy about
look
this?
Look at Ed.
It's before, because as I want to hear your prediction.
I don't want to lose, bro, but I want this guy gone.
Forget what you want. You forget what you want. What you want, it doesn't matter. What do you think is going to happen, bro?
I think we'll lose, but...
There's no buts, bro. This ain't Kim Kardashian, bro. You heard what we said, bro. So...
Yeah, I think we'll draw the game, and then that will be like, oh my God, and it'll be like better, but it still just won't be enough. And you know, like at that point, you know, everyone's like, even the fans are like, no, there's nothing we can do now. There's nothing we can do. Like we've tried, like he's gonna try and do something. Like, it is what it is, man.
Because he's lost the home fans. Has he lost the away fans yet? No, probably not.
No.
So maybe this is a game when they're like, nah, pun this guy as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think. I think Drifty pointed out here, to be fair, and I'll shout him out for that. He said he thinks Slot's already gone. They told him he's gone. But obviously it's a 3-day turnaround, innit, between the games. So they just said, yeah, bruv, just
run it.
Run your rhythm. And then, do you know what I mean? Let's start the month on a good note. Because the 30th is on a Sunday, the 1st is the Monday. So let's just cancel the month and start from December and then go from there. I think his P45 has already been submitted. It's already been submitted.
That's fucked. Is that Dutch youth? Yeah, these Dutch youths are blunt, man. He just walk out if that's the case. I ain't gonna lie.
No. But the thing is, he's blunt, but he hasn't achieved anything like that. Well, at Liverpool he has, but remember, he's not like, you know, like Van Gaal blunt, where he's like, bruv, you see who I am? He's not that guy yet. He's on the come up, so he's not trying to lose this job because he knows after this, I'm finished. Man's looking at Ten Hag. He's looking at Ten Hag and that, thinking, bruv, look how Leverkusen worked out for him afterwards. Now he's just in limbo. Man's just
Ten Hag.
It's Vertonghen the man back for this. It's Vertonghen back for this game.
Oh no, sir. I don't even think he mentioned it in his press conference. I still haven't listened to it, so I don't even know if he has mentioned Ekitike or Verts.
Yeah, he said Ekitike. Actually, he said Verts is training. He said Ekitike training. Said Ekitike's injury is not bad at all.
Yeah.
So they think he'll be fine.
So, what does that mean? Like, what?
No. Well, he said that he had a regular recovery session, so it's not where he's lying down.
You know, like that last time as well when he was injured. Like we thought, he was done, and then he was playing the next game. Maybe he just got that in him.
I'm only asking about the players because if you see him just throw all the big players on the pitch, like all the new signings play, yeah, man, fighting for his life, bro. It's gasping for
no.
Now, if you see Abdi, Ekitike, and Salah start, and somehow Gakpo gets in there too, trust me, he's fighting for his life, bro. He's trying to play 12 players, bro.
The thing is, he even said in his press conference that he would be like when we're like 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah, he pissed me off, bro. Man,
like, he's like, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like I'm gonna keep throwing on more.
If you're 3-0 down, bro, I'm throwing attackers on, bro.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Like,
do it with Slot. Yeah.
Hey, big up the camera. You said that.
That's what we don't draw games, innit? That's why we don't draw because he can't see what we can see. You see, when we're watching that Chelsea game, and I think we had a chance. I think Isak or someone, and then I was like, that's the last chance of the game. I looked at the time. I said, in the watch, his thing, boys, time to take this point and get out of here. He said, nah, we're going to attack. And then they scored. And then after the game, he said, we had people like Gakpo and that who weren't back where there was meant to be. What? Excuse me? What? He keeps doing that with Cody, by the way. You noticed? Even in the press conference yesterday, he was like, well, if Cody scored that header, which on a normal day, that should go in.
You mentioned it in the watch along as well. He said, "Watch him say about Cody,
bro." And he did it against Fingy as well. He did it against Manu when Cody missed the overheader. Now, if Cody puts that, I don't know what part of the Netherlands Cody's from, bro. Dutch hate, bro.
You can do that's why like I've always, and I know this is time ago, right? But that's why like listening to, I've heard Ryan Giggs say it, and he mentioned about how Fergie would shout at him, even though technically he's actually talking about Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo was the one who did something wrong, but he's actually shouting at him, kind of thing. Because obviously Giggs was an elite player, innit? Obviously during that period of time, Ronaldo's the one kind of coming up and doing his thing. But it's like certain managers, like, and Klopp used to do it. Like you just understand like how to manage some of these players to just get the best out of them so that they can work for you. Man's shouting at Cody, and I'm like, bro, Cody, like the brother that you'll bench for something, like he's not the guy. Like you, in fairness, and this is where I would agree, you do need to actually shout at Salah. Maybe you do need to maybe shout at him, even though he might have not done nothing wrong necessarily. Maybe you want Frimpong or Bradley to do something, but you're gonna shout at Salah so that they see it and be like, oh, all right, cool. Like, let me make sure that he don't keep getting shouted at because he's gonna be angry with me. Like, I don't know, man. Do something, bro. Like,
thing is, Salah's the type of guy he would do that and smile at Slot and then just go and give Michael Edwards a call, bruv. And
I'm waiting for them intense instructions. You know when we're making a sub and that, and the gaffer's got to give the person instructions. It's intense, bruv. They're like, yo, I need you to. Don't see that with this guy, bruv. He just throws man on. He just looks at the iPad, and then he's like, yeah, over there, innit?
No, he just. I saw him the other day just nod. He just nodded. Like,
That Cam is a waste, man. He said, and done that the other day. Told me the other day on the A, I'm afraid to keep the ball under pressure. But really, he's talking about Sam.
See, Cam, do you get what I'm saying? You get it, bro. You get it.
Nah, listen, don't try and draw me into anything, bro. I told you, it wasn't me. It was. Do you know what? I'm gonna say it now, and then we'll wrap the show up. Don't. No, it was Jerry and Matt that was talking. And then Jerry in the chat going, in the group going, yeah, I heard someone saying that. He's not good. I was like, you man were the one complaining about him with his skills. Don't throw me.
Don't shoot the messenger. I was just passing on information that I thought would be valuable to Cav when he goes into the van, and that's it.
No one asked you for information.
This is diabolical.
I thought it's worth telling a teammate. That's it. That's it.
Snitching. You gave up information that wasn't required to give up. There was nothing.
So it was true then. So it was true.
What was true?
The information was true. Then you agree with the information. You're saying I'm snitching, but I didn't say nothing. It's the truth. I'm asking you if I'm snitching, then I must have said the truth, innit?
No, you obviously said what you said. That's down to you, man, and how you feel in it. I just want to play my game. That's
I'm saying, do you agree or disagree with the statement?
I just want to play my game. I just want to play my game.
Cav, I tried. You see? I just tried.
Nah, don't say you tried like you weren't the one saying stuff.
I didn't say anything. I said something to him face to face in the game. I said, what the hell was that? Pass the ball. What the management are talking about is different. Cav knows. I said it to him direct.
So is it? No, actually, don't know.
You don't work, bro, because I've already spoke to Cav. So like, you trying to snitch and give him information that I've already said to his face makes it look like you're trying to throw a man under the bus, bro. But I've already spoke to him. So
nothing to worry about then.
End was acting like he wasn't a part of the conversation at all. And then he made you look like a liar, bro. Because he's like, I don't even know anything.
Exactly.
I don't know anything.
I'm asking him to say whether I'm a liar or not, and he's saying no comment. He's doing the slot.
I was getting ready to go out. I didn't know. I have no comment on the conversation. That's all. I've been in the media too much talking about my club. I want to stay out of it now. Like, I've learned my lesson. I want to focus on me just playing now. That's it. So don't draw me into any of the conversations around other players in the team.
Although you did try to sabotage the club yesterday, but let's not get onto that. Sorry, bro. You did try to sabotage.
I heard you might not get selected as well.
Did you try to sabotage one of the games yesterday?
Nah, Jared, don't add fuel to the fire, bro. No, because I was about to crash out there and say some stuff. You nearly made me crash out for a second. See, I controlled my inner demons just then. I was about to say some stuff, boy. But if that's what the team thinks, that's not an issue. I don't mind.
What was Matt's performance yesterday? That was a good, decent.
That was good. It was really good yesterday.
Yeah, see, it's everything I said. You man wanted Matt in. He was good. He didn't want Cav.
There was one part with Matt, yeah, this killed me, bro. You don't remember ends when we gave the ball to Matt. Randomly, we kicked off, and he lost the ball about 4 times in about a minute. And then he took the ball in midfield in your spot, and then he went, oh, he said, Manda, don't worry, I got this. And he took the ball off him and ran off.
Man took the ball off him.
You have a picture, you put your hand up to man. No, Manda, move, I got it. Got it.
Yeah. Someone just clapped him and took it and ran off. Nah, but Jerry, there was one moment, yeah. Oh. I didn't mean to say it out loud. I said it in my head, but it came out. Bro, the guy, you know when he took the guy down the line, but the guy stepped across him, and then the guy turned him, and then he's chasing, but the guy put his arm out in his face. I was like, yo, don't get muscled off like that. He got bare mad. He said, nah, what do you mean? I said, bro, but the man put his arm in your face, bro.
Bro, that shit's too. In fairness to Matt better at the game than I thought he was. He's actually pretty good.
What were you basing it? What were you basing his ability on, though?
No, because before he was just talking. You know when man them taught themselves up too much. He was on copies talking himself up too much, bro. And then he was there was someone in the chat that wanted to play against him on Ultimate Team or something, but Matt was making all the excuses under the sun. But the guy was on it.
Okay.
The guy was on it. Like the guy was like, "I'll leave work now and I'll jump on right now." Matt was like, "Yeah." After the stream, he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it now." And then when the stream was about to do, Matt's like, "Yeah, but obviously because they got to wait to put the kids to bed because I was like, oh, okay." So I thought he was one of them talkers, but I haven't watched him on his channel play. But in clubs, you can tell by when the person gets the ball, it's pretty decent still.
It wasn't based on like his the Christmas special or anything like that. It was just based.
No, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, cool.
Good.
Christmas special.
Yeah. Now I've got you guys here. Is there a time in the day today, maybe tomorrow, that we can do we do a watch along to it?
Let's do it now.
Jerry G.
How long?
Now, ideally later. I'm busy. I can type and do what I need.
How long was the video again? Echoing some of it.
Maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes.
We can fast forward it, man.
You can fast forward some of it though, because
best bits in it.
Yeah.
Copies Christmas, Xmas, best bits.
Yeah. All right. Cool. When did you say you wanted it? So I've said now. What are you saying, G? I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Take him off the stream. Just take him off the stream.
He lives in his own world, you know.
You asked the question. I have no idea what the context of the question was. I was just asking. What were you talking about?
I was saying that we said we was gonna do like a watch along to the Christmas special, but we're gonna give our own commentary over it because I thought we should have done it. Now we're on the cusp of maybe getting the number 2. It'll be good to recap, see how that went, and see if there's any improvements we could add. Constructive.
How long is the Christmas special?
I don't know. I need to look.
I'm checking it now on Google, but I mean on YouTube. But I don't know.
We're gonna fast forward it. Just fast forward it to the best.
Yeah, the video is dead on. It's an hour and 3 minutes, but there's some bits there where they're just talking, and you don't need to get that part.
If it's an hour 3 minutes, I've got till 2 o'clock. Let's put it that way. So anything up until 2 o'clock. So if you're gonna do it now. But if not, then it'd have to be later on.
Are they live as well? And Drifty's got a vest on too. You lot like, you know what I mean? Dudley boys and
that. Nah, allow it. I did promise.
You've got similar setup as well in that. A vest, the mic and that. Yeah.
What they love that?
NZX Drifty. Yardman special.
Okay, well, the Kev said if you're doing that, going to talk about how they are going to improve. Yeah, okay, Kev, if you're free. Should I end this and then quickly go and just set one up and run it?
Yeah, but end it, bro.
All right, let me end it. Big up, people. Catch you in a minute.